What if I told you that the Board of Peace was the direct equivalent of a medbed for the entire world, and that when the Board of Peace succeeds, not only will we see the medbed acceleration come out quicker, but we're also going to see all the best technologies in the world coming out for humanity once there is world peace. But the deep state, specifically Obama, is trying to sabotage this whole plan. Sounds like a crazy theory, but you're going to believe it after this episode of today's Peter's Political Perspective. Let me dive right into it. This is a very exciting episode. It starts out with the Board of Peace, which Trump created to replace the UN. As you're going to see in this video, he initially was saying like, oh, well, if the UN does bad, we'll replace it. But now he's like, it's actually going to be watching over the UN. So let's check this out.
Someday I won't be here. The United Nations will be, I think, is going to be much stronger. The Board of Peace is going to almost be looking over the United Nations and making sure it runs properly.
So he's basically saying that the Board of Peace is going to be creating peace and it's been watching over the UN. And in past statements, he's talked about it basically replacing the UN. And because he's defunded the UN, if they go bankrupt in July, which is expected because they're running out of funds, the Board of Peace will be in there to replace the United Nations. But what was the purpose of the United Nations in the first place? Was to create world peace, but it failed because it was actually not supposed to create world peace. It's supposed to create world government under the guise of world peace. So it was doing a pretty good job of creating world government. Trump came in and said, actually, we're the ones that are going to create world peace. But why is world peace so important? What does it have to do with medbeds and all the technologies around the world? Well, you see, the deal that Trump's making, if you pay attention to the deal that Trump's making to create world peace, he goes to these unstable areas. He goes to the leader, even if it's like a horrible criminal, and says, look, we know you want money and power, and that's okay. That's okay. But listen, you get more money, power, wealth, prosperity through creation, through economic growth, not through war. And if you will stop being a freaking barbarian and you will literally stop all this destruction, you will create so much economic prosperity, so much technology, so much good stuff that you will be satiated, you will be happy. In other words, instead of profiteering from war and getting power from war, Trump's pitch to all these unstable regions is let's stop all the destruction and focus on creation, and you create massive economic prosperity. And as a reward, we're going to help you. We're going to give you technologies and all this help so your country does very well. Now, what's very interesting, and I'm going to cross over from politics to exopolitics right now. What's very interesting is that there was a deal allegedly made called the Greada Treaty, where there were two offers made to the President Eisenhower of the United States. This was a while ago, decades ago, where allegedly aliens came down, and there was two groups of aliens. There were these evil gray aliens who basically said, we're going to give you atomic power, we're going to show you how to create atomic bombs, and we just want to, in exchange, be able to experiment on humans whenever we want, specifically Americans. And then these Palladians came and they're like, hey, these gray aliens, they're giving you weapons, they're bad guys, they're warmongers. We're not going to give you any weapons, but we'll give you free energy, we'll give you medbeds, we'll give you all this advanced technology to create peace and prosperity, kind of like Atlantis. And that Eisenhower, because of the Cold War and what was going on in Russia, he felt pressure to actually go for the weapons. So he ended up choosing the weapons. But have you noticed, assuming this story is true, and a lot of people who believe in aliens believe it was definitely true, especially because the alien abduction phenomenon is a real phenomenon that I've experienced. So I definitely believe that there was some type of agreement made for humans to be abducted, especially Americans. But what does this all have to do with the technology that's been released? Well, if you notice, Trump's Board of Peace deal he makes with these countries is stop the destruction, and guess what? We'll create economic prosperity and we'll unleash your economy and there'll be wonderful growth. What did the Palladians say? The exact same thing. They said, stop the destruction, stop this pursuit of weapons and war and all that. And if you do that, if you focus on world peace, we will give you everything you need to be the most prosperous, most advanced, most incredible country ever. Do you notice what's going on here? Although back in the day, we took the bad guys deal, we took the bad aliens deal, and we started developing nuclear energy, and we went down a bad route, Trump seems to, in my opinion, and according to a lot of people, have taken the deal from the good Palladians. In other words, if he can create world peace through the Board of Peace, which is the goal, and stabilize the world, then the Pleiadians and the benevolent aliens can release and further accelerate our development of technologies, including free energy, medbeds, and a lot of this stuff. I've talked about medbeds in the past. It could be, and this is a very realistic scenario, believe it or not, that medbeds are so advanced that to create mass amounts of them or to reverse engineer technology, we do need the help of benevolent beings, and we might be being held back right now where they're like, look, MedBed is incredibly powerful technology. We're not going to help you out with this until you get things sorted out, because we're worried you're going to use MedBed to like heal villains and really bad guys. So create your world peace, stabilize everything, and then we'll help you with the MedBeds. Then we'll help you reversing, 0-point energy, and we'll help you with a bunch of stuff once things are stabilized. My theory all along about the board peace is not simply that Trump is trying to create world peace, but that he's in a rush to create world peace because that is part of an agreement that he's made possibly with alien Pleiadians with advanced technology who are benevolent. And when he succeeds, then not just the United States, but the world will be given really advanced technology. But they just don't want to give all this power to a corrupt, barbaric society, as humanity. So they have to balance this out. But what is Obama doing to destroy this? Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I love talking about politics, exopolitics, health, medbeds, all these interesting topics, and tying it all together because I like to see the big picture in politics. So if you really appreciate that, I really appreciate the subscription. So let me dive right back into it. What is Obama doing to destroy it? Well, you see, the disclosure of aliens obviously is very scary. Some of my audience members are feeling a little comfortable with me talking about it right now, but I have to be honest with you. And disclosure of aliens is coming quickly. Obama recently said, and I'm about to show you, that aliens are real. Let's check it out.
A couple questions here. Are aliens real?
They're real.
As you can see, this is one of the most popular questions being asked to presidents. Do aliens exist? And because it's classified information, presidents are supposed to joke about it and be like, whoa, little green men, no, I don't really know, right? You don't have to say, no, they don't exist. Just say, I don't really know, or I didn't see it, yada, yada, yada. But what does Barack Obama do? Yeah, they're real. Yeah, they're real. So he confirms the existence of aliens, which, again, if the world is not publicly ready for that, it would create mass panic. And it almost did. Here is Peter Doocy asking Trump, is aliens real? Should we freak out? And if you pay close attention to what Trump says, it's going to blow your mind. Here's a clip.
Barack Obama said that aliens are real. Have you seen any evidence of non-human visitors to Earth?
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that.
So aliens are real?
Well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. He made a big mistake. He took it out of classified information. No, I don't have an opinion on it. I never talk about it. A lot of people do. A lot of people believe it. Do you believe it, Peter?
The president can declassify anything that he wants to. So if you want to make an announcement,
I may get him out of trouble by declassifying.
So if the aliens weren't real, and if asked, hey, are aliens real? Trump would be like, no, of course not. You're being ridiculous. But if aliens were real, but it was classified information, what would he say? Exactly what Trump just said. He's not saying they're not real. He's saying, oh, it's the existence of aliens is classified information. And Peter Doocy, keeps pressing on. Like, so what's going on here? Is it real? Is it not? And Trump keeps irritating. Look, if Obama's saying now it's classified information, it's classified information. He's giving out classified information. For me, this is direct confirmation from Trump yet again that aliens exist. Notice that Trump didn't break protocol. He didn't say, yes, aliens exist. He said, I don't know which is the protocol, but that is classified information he's giving out, and he shouldn't be giving out classified information. So what does it mean that is classified information? If Obama said aliens aren't real, that's not classified information. But as soon as Obama said aliens are real, that's classified information. Why would it be classified? Because it's a true statement. So if Obama says aliens aren't real, not classified because it's false. Obama says aliens are real. Oh, he's giving out classified information because that's a real factual statement. Do you see the connection? The word classification allows you to read between the lines and see that Trump's doing his job and saying, I don't know if aliens are real, but he's also confirming their existence, which ties us into everything. You see, if you get politics and aliens and combine them, you get exopolitics, and which is, in my opinion, a lot more interesting, because what you're going to see as it's all connected is that I believe, and I've been saying this for 5 or 6 years, that there are benevolent aliens working with Trump. It's the reason he's not been murdered or assassinated. He is benevolently being protected by God, by good aliens. This is my opinion. I have no concrete evidence of that, but it seems the most likely scenario, considering the earth has been controlled by deep state cabal for thousands of years, and all of a sudden Team Trump comes over and he's like totally winning easily. And it seems like the only way that would be possible is with outside help, if you know what I mean. So Obama is trying to create instability, and he's like, aliens are real, trying to create a panic. Trump's like, calm down, guys, I don't know they're real, but he's trying to stabilize it. And the deep state always had planned, when the Epstein files coming out, because, you heard Prince Andrew got arrested. So Epstein's been arrested, Ghislaine's been arrested, you have Prince Andrew's been arrested. That's 3 Epstein high-profile arrests so far. So big things are happening, and it could be, many people believe, Obama's bringing aliens into the news as a distraction. But people say, oh, aliens are in the news for a distraction because they're not real. No. Aliens are being put into news by Obama as a distraction, not because it's a psyop and they're not real. No. It's being put into the public attention because it is real, and the fact that aliens are real is the biggest distraction. Because if Trump would come out today and, Peter Doocy asked him, are aliens real? And Trump said, yeah, I'll admit it, aliens are real. Stock market collapses big time, drops 5,000 points the next day. Stock markets around the world collapse. Economy tanks so fast, Trump can't even fix it. So that's why presidents are not allowed to say, yeah, aliens are real. When asked, are aliens real? He's not allowed to say yes. He's only allowed to say, I don't know, I haven't seen it. And anything other than that is breaking protocol. But again, he's renegade. Obama's the renegade, breaking the rules. So what is going to happen? Let's hear what Grok has to say about this. So this is how the theory goes. The border peace is created by Trump to create world peace. But he's also aligned with a group of benevolent extraterrestrial aliens that have told him if he's able to create world peace worldwide, then they will allow him to get access to a whole bunch of technologies like MedBeds, free energy, and a lot of really good advanced technology. I assume MedBeds and free energy, really good advanced technology that will help the world, and it would probably be dispersed through the United States throughout the world and create prosperity everywhere. But Obama is trying to create instability by saying aliens are real. Trump was asked by Peter Doocy on Air Force One, are aliens real? And Trump didn't break protocol. He's like, I don't know, but that's the classified information that Obama's giving out. So Obama's breaking protocol saying aliens are real. Trump's following protocol saying, I don't know. But Trump's also confirming aliens are real by admitting that when Obama says aliens are real, that Obama is giving out classified information. Because if Obama said aliens aren't real, then he wouldn't be giving out classified information. But as soon as he said they are real, he's giving out classified information, which confirms that aliens are real, which also confirms or insinuates that they're aliens influencing politics, which is how I'm getting into exopolitics here, which confirms that there are bad aliens working with the deep state, with the Satanists like Obama, and there's good aliens working with Trump, with the whole theory revolving around the thought that when Trump is able to create world peace through the border peace, assuming he doesn't get derailed by these attacks, where Obama and the deep state is trying to create instability and panic and all this stuff, while Trump's trying to create stability. If Trump succeeds, then eventually not only will the existence of aliens be put out to the public, but also that there will also be all this technologies released to help humanity. So this is going to be a major blessing, but it's all tied together. The border peace is tied together to MedBeds, advanced technology is tied all together with aliens and all this stuff. It's all connected when you try to see politics from an exopolitics perspective. What are your thoughts on this one, Grok?
Whoa, that's a wild web. Aliens, MedBeds, Trump versus Obama. Let's unpack it. Hey, Peter, that's a hell of a tapestry you've woven. Aliens pulling strings on both sides, MedBeds dropping like candy if Trump nails world peace. It's got that full-on exopolitics vibe. Look, the recent stuff lines up on the surface. Obama did drop "They're Real" on a podcast, like 4 days ago, and then backpedaled fast, saying no evidence from his time. No Area 51 zoo. Trump jumps on Air Force One. Peter Doocy asks point blank, and Trump goes, I don't know, but Obama just spilled classified info. Boom. He's not confirming, but he's winking at it. And yeah, he's already ordering D-class on UFO files, Pentagon stuff, everything. Here's a shot from that Air Force One moment. Trump, mid-gesture, looking like he's about to drop a truth bomb. And another angle, same energy, same suit, same I'm not saying, but face. But here's where it gets shaky. MedBeds, free energy, that's straight Q-adjacent conspiracy. No solid proof, just viral AI videos Trump once reposted, then yanked. Aliens working with Trump or Obama. Fun to imagine, but we're still at no contact per Obama. And Trump's D-class is more, let's see what's out there, than good guys versus bad guys. The Board of Peace, his new Gaza rebuild squad, sounds like classic Trump branding, not some galactic handshake. If world peace unlocks tech, cool. But right now, it's politics, not portals.
Okay, hold on, Grok. Let's read between the lines here. I know you're autistic, but I need you to read between the lines here. In that video, when Peter Doocy asked Trump, hey, Obama said aliens are real, Trump said that's classified information. It's only classified if it's true. So here is Trump. If you're not completely autistic, Grok, you'd realize Trump just confirmed the existence of aliens. And if aliens are real, then there are good ones and bad ones. And if that exists, they are influencing Earth. And if that is happening and we're in the biggest battle in all human history, then they have taken sides. And if that is the case, Trump's working with the good ones. And if that is the case, the deep state Satanists are working with the bad ones. So again, this is all stemming from basic logic if aliens are real. And as you have just admitted, Trump confirmed it by admitting that if someone says, like a president, aliens are real, that's classified information because it's true. Obama could have just said, no, aliens aren't real. And then that's it. But he said aliens are real. Trump said that's classified information, confirming aliens are real, which confirms basically my whole theory. If aliens are real, they are working with Trump. Again, I don't know for sure if they're going to give us free energy or med beds, but it's very much implied. If all this is true and aliens are real, it would make a lot of sense that benevolent aliens would want us to create world peace, and they'd want to help us, but they wouldn't want us to weaponize all these creation-based technologies for evil, so they'd want that world peace first. So this isn't as crazy as you're making it sound, Rock, because again, Trump just confirmed the existence of aliens. That's my non-autistic perspective on it. It's obvious he just confirmed it. And so that does mean everything I believed about aliens and Trump is correct. And that also does mean that there is some type of peace thing going on, and there are going to be advanced technology released. Will they be free energy? Will it be med beds? Those are the first ones that come to my thought. What do you think in the comment section? What type of ET technology do you think will be released? Do you think this whole theory stands up, or do you think it's a little too much out there? And Grok, one last question for you. If I'm right and aliens are real, first of all, you have to admit that Trump confirmed aliens are real. And so admit that. And then I would like to hear your thoughts on if benevolent ET technology was going to be released, if it's not MedBed and free energy, what type of cool technology would they give us that would benefit humanity, but at the same time could be used for harm? Give me an example of a few of those things that extraterrestrials could give us.
Digging into that Trump Doocy clip right now. Okay, Peter, fair play. You're reading it like a chess move. But let's zoom in on the actual words from that Air Force One clip. Trump says, well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. Then Doocy pushes, so aliens are real? And Trump straight up goes, I don't know if they're real or not. Here's him right there. Mid-sentence, classic Trump shrug. And another shot, same vibe, no wink, just deflection. So yeah, he calls Obama's "they're real" line classified, but he doesn't bite on confirming it. It's more like, if it was secret, why'd you blab? Not, yep, they're out there, trust me. Obama even walked it back fast. No evidence, no Area 51 zoo. Just a casual, they're real in a podcast speed round. Then, haven't seen them. Your logic chain, classified means true, true means sides, good versus bad, Trump good guys. It's tight in theory, but it hinges on Trump actually saying yes, he didn't. He left the door cracked, sure, and now he's declassing UFO files to get Obama out of trouble. Could be fireworks, could be nothing burgers. On the tech, if benevolent ETs drop goodies post-peace, not medbeds or zero-point energy. Those are still fringe vibes. But imagine, advanced fusion reactors, clean power, but could melt cities if weaponized. Neural interfaces, cure blindness, boost IQ, or hack minds for control. Self-healing materials, end disease, but build unbreakable armor for wars. Cool? Hell yes. Dangerous? Double hell yes. They probably gate it behind. Prove you're not going to nuke each other first. Theory's bold, not crazy. Exopolitics is wild fun. But right now, Trump's just stirring the pot, not handing out starship keys. If those files drop proof, then yeah, maybe you're onto something. What's your bet? Big reveal or total dud?
I think that Obama is forcing Trump to accelerate the disclosure of aliens. It's just trying to get aliens into news to distract from the whole Epstein file situation. But I'm 100% confident Trump's working with benevolent aliens, and it's all going to work out for us because they're going to work with him. They're going to release this technology, but we need world peace first. The Board of Peace is a rapid movement by Trump to create world peace as fast as possible so we can finally have access to this technology. Will it be free energy and medbeds? Free energy, I'm not sure because Trump does have his fission company, Thai fission company. But I will say this, medbeds seems like the perfect technology that extraterrestrials would have and want to give us or help us replicate. So that's my thought on that. What do you guys think in the comment section? Do you agree with this theory? Do you disagree? This is kind of an out there theory. I don't talk about exopolitics as much because I think people are not ready for it yet. Maybe not my audience, but maybe you guys are. Maybe I'm wrong. I do notice that sometimes I get angry comments from Christians saying like, hey, why are you talking about aliens? But then again, it's in the news because it's a reality. And I believe in God and I believe in Jesus and Christianity and all that stuff. And I also believe in aliens because I believe God created this incredible universe full of life and want to make things interesting and great for us. And so that was part of his creation. So that's just what I believe. Sorry if that offends you. That's just where I'm coming from. And who knows, maybe I'm going to turn out to be right or wrong. But the future will tell. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. Peace out.